So hello viewers and welcome back to another video on Video Geeks. So as you are aware that AI is booming right now, and that's not the new information that I'm feeding into your brain. But yeah, AI is very trending and people are started to adapting to AI and how to learn. People are learning about AI. So with keeping all those thought in mind, we as a Video Geeks have decided to bring this very beautiful playlist for you, which will cover all the brand new aspects of AI into our Video Geeks YouTube channel. And for that, we have decided to collaborate with one of our one of my colleagues who is working with me, and she's very experienced with this AI and stuff like that. So this is her channel. So you just search for Pavithra's podcast, and we have recently shoot or edited or recorded one of the videos, or you can say a workshop, which is session 1 of this particular series that we are going to have on both of our channels. So the theoretical aspects are more detailed, digging up into the topics. All those recordings, all those podcasts will be, or workshops videos will be on Pavithra's channel, and the the practical aspects of those topics will be covering on my channel. So make sure to subscribe to her channel also and my channel also. And basically in this today's video, what we're going to talk about is feedback loops. So yeah, if you have watched this kind of videos, where people are making AI who learns how to play Flappy Bird or any other game. So in that video, what is happening is there is a neural network building in the backend. So what is neural network? Which is just to give you a very high level overview. So neural network is like, let's say, certain node of inputs and certain node of outputs. So here for Flappy Bird game, there is only one output, which is to flap or not flap. So AI will learn when to flap and when to not flap. So basically there are certain inputs that will feed, so such as what is the distance from the nearest pipe, what is the difference from the upper pipe, what is the distance from lower pipe, and what is the current Y position of Flappy Bird. So these are the sample examples. Not I'm making a sense that these are the only parameters, input parameters, but we can input much more. So through that we will input certain parameters, we will get certain output, and based on the feedback. So let's say for an example, how long the bird will survive. So longer the bird survives, we will get an feedback, we'll get an reward. So for the next generation of that AI, what AI will try to do is it will try to make certain connections between these nodes that it will survive much longer. So that's how neural network works in the backend. But for us to grasp that main concept of neural network, the basic stuff, which is nothing but feedback loop. So in today's video, what we are going to do is we are going to have a basic overview of feedback. What is the feedback loop, how it works. We'll have we'll have two practicals. First is very basic, and then we'll move to app which is built using the Gemini model. So let's get started with today's video. So yeah, so as I said earlier, so for the first thing, so theoretical aspect, again I'm saying has been covered already on Pavithra's channel. You can just watch that video if you are more interested on theoretical aspects. But just to give you an overview, because you should have a little overview of what we are going to do today. So let's say what we are going to do today is we are going to learn about feedback loop in AI. So to give you a whole idea, very high level overview again. So let's say for an AI model, what it does is it goes through certain iterations, and those iterations are called as epochs. And what will happen in the backend is it will go through all the input. So there are certain epochs, and what epochs are is, so there are certain iteration, and what it will do is it will go through all the inputs at once. It will do the processing of those input, it will produce the output, and based on the output, and it will calculate certain errors, and it will on the basis on those errors, it will have a feedback loop. And what will be happening over here is it will make sure that we are generating less errors. So that's how feedback loop works, and based on that it will try to update the next epoch or next generation of that particular AI. So that's what we are going to see, a simple demo. So with this, what we are going to do is we'll jump over to this Google Colab and we'll see a one program. So we'll see, we'll make an AI that will learn or that will predict how to do addition. So in generally of the operation, any of the mathematical operation. So that's what we are going to see. So let's just start with that. So this is the first very little practical that we are going to do, which is very basic overview of what feedback loop is. So what we are doing over here is, so this is the sample code, and what this is the entire code for first demo. And what it does is, so we are creating two weights, and we are feeding one prediction function. So this is linear prediction function which predicts how to do addition. So what it will try to do is, it will try to every time it will try to predict what should be the weight 1 and weight 2 in order to produce the result of addition. And to produce the result of addition, it is using a linear function which is a plus b. Now we have this training function. So what it will do is it will try to predict first of all. So in this train function we'll pass the two variables, and what should be the actual sum or actual result of this addition of these two numbers. And based on the prediction and the current result, we'll calculate the true result, we'll calculate error. And based on that, we have feedback loop, and what we will try to do is we'll try to adjust the weights. And this is just for us to have an idea. That's the print statement that we will have when, let's say, error is 0. And this function will return prediction and error, and those values will print over here. Now this is a training loop, as I said, epochs. So epochs is so what it does is it will feed random 500 samples of input to our AI, and then based on those inputs, our AI will try to predict this weight 1 and weight 2 values. And at the end of this training, we will test our AI by feeding certain test cases. So let's say what should be the addition of 3 plus 5, what should be addition of 3 and 5, and then we'll use predict function to predict the value, and then we'll print the expected, and we'll see what is the comparison. We'll compare whether the model is predicting the correct answer or not based on the training that we did over here. Now let's just run this function without this print statement first, and we'll see what should be the what is the printing happening on the screen. So let's just run this file. So yeah, now let's try to understand what is the output. So the output print statement that is basically we are seeing on the screen. So this line, what it will does it every 50 iteration, every 50 iteration, or every 50th epoch, it will print what is the epoch value, what is the current for current input, what is the prediction happening, what is the true value, and how much amount of error is there. So you see, for 50th iteration, the addition of 1 plus 4 was 4.99. that was the prediction by our AI model, and the true value is 5. So the calculation of error, which comes around 0.01% error. Now what is happening is, from 100th after that, for at 50th iteration, error is already very less. So from going forward, the model will have very less error, and as you can see, for every other epoch, the error is equivalent to 0. So this minus 0 and plus 0 doesn't matter actually. And now, so that is how our model is trained behind the scenes. And now if it comes to testing, what we have is, we have created certain test cases, and it will basically predict the value. So our model will predict the value, and it will basically print the actual value. So this is how, so if you can see, our model is giving exact answers. So that's how feedback loop works. So this is a very basic overview or very basic program that you can take account when you want to learn what is the feedback loop. So that's how we learn the basics of feedback loop. Now we can take this entire program to the next level, and we can make it something like this. So what is so we have created an class, and what this class stores is, it stores weight 1, weight 2, what should be learning rate, and what should be the prediction function. This the user will pass on their own. So the prediction function, what it will does is it will basically call this function which is passed by user as an value of constructor. Now what we are doing is we are passing a dictionary which is nothing but the values of weight 1 and weight 2, and over here the user will predict the make use of those values, and they will write prediction function. So this is the prediction function for addition. So this is very similar to what we have seen over here, weight 1 star A plus weight 2 star B. So linear function basically. And for the multiplication, as you can see, we are not taking account of weight W2, and we are just taking account for weight 1, and this is the not linear function, because multiplication is not linear, so we need a function which is not linear. So this is basically exponential. So this is exponential function. So that's how we user will create a prediction function, and it will basically pass to the model as an argument inside through the constructor, and rest other code is pretty similar. So this will also work very similar to this piece of code that we have tried over here. This is basically simple, but this is basically more complex and very generic. So that's the difference of basic programs. So now let's move to a very complex example which I have created using Gemini, Google Gemini. So we are using this model which is Gemini 2.5 Pro, because I have the API key and I have the access to use this model. So let's just run this app. So this is a Streamlit app. If you are a little bit aware about Streamlit, so this is basically app. This part of thing will basically make so I'll just start this app and show you what is happening around over here. So yeah, this is an piece of code which will work on AI agent and feedback loops. So this is a core instruction. So basically what should be the ideal job of this AI agent. Now this is the prompt. This is the area where we will give prompt to AI. So now let's just say what is let's say quantum computing. Okay, quantum computer. Let's just see what it is giving us as a reply, and after we get the reply, we will feedback certain values to this model, and we'll see how it is adjusting based on the feedback that we have given. So let's just wait for the AI agent to reply. As you have seen, this is the reply, and let's say we didn't like the this reply and we want to incorporate more of the stickers or emojis. So let's just provide a feedback that please use more stickers or emojis. Let's say emojis. Okay, submit the feedback. So as you can see, feedback on prompt, the user say please use more emojis, adjusted your prompt accordingly, and now we fed this same prompt again, or we can fed a different prompt. But let's just see what is happening if we just give same prompt. So AI is thinking again, and let's just wait for it to reply. So as you can see on the screen, it has given pretty much filled all the replies with stickers, or you can say emojis. So this is pretty amazing, right? You provided a feedback and AI implemented your feedback. Now let me just write make it easier for beginners to understand. Let's just submit a feedback, and let's just give the same prompt. So now it has taken account of these feedbacks, these two feedbacks. So the first one is as we said, to incorporate more emojis, and the second one is it makes it easier for beginners to understand. So this is the response which is incorporating all those two feedbacks. Now let's just provide another feedback. So basically that's how it works, so we provide certain feedbacks and it will make a response accordingly, and these are the core instructions. So basically what is the thing happening around over here. So that's the very basic implementation of feedback loops, and I hope you have got the idea about it. And yeah, we'll make more of this kind of videos, and if you are interested to watch the theoretical aspect, please go to Pavithra's channel, Pavithra's podcast, and make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels, because we'll be making videos separately for practical and theoretical aspects. And yeah, if you like both of these contents, please subscribe to both of our channels. And yeah, about this code, I'll make sure to have it give you by the media of GitHub. So I'll upload this code on GitHub, and you'll be having this code for you to use and interact with. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you have got the idea about what is the feedback loop, and we did a certain practical stuff. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask in the comment section, and if you can also give your feedback so that we can improve from the next videos. And yeah, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.